Christ, you know, is my savior, and there's God, there's hell. God demands certain things from us, you know. So when I heard the gospel that, hey, you know, if I get baptized, you know, I can have my sins washed away and I can start a new life. You know, sort of helped me to embrace the gospel. And the best thing about it is also understanding the street life. Because on the streets growing up, you know, streets were like family, you know. We lived by the code, we died by the code, you know. Like I lost friends by the code, you know what I'm saying? You know, I come from a time where, you know, it was about gangs. You know, I grew up at a time like that. I don't know about today. Today it's not the same thing. Today it's like the internet generation, right? But back then there was no internet. You know, internet, you just, you know, it's the rich people that TV. You see internet people using internet. Maybe you can only use internet like when you go to the library or something. You might just get hurt for just some coins in your pocket back then. You know, so it was kind of dangerous. And so you had to live by the code to survive, you know what I'm saying? So I come from a time like that, so I understood rules. But one thing about me is I never brought that back home. So when I'm home, you know, I understood that, you know, there are rules at the house. And my grandma, she's the lawmaker there. She is the boss. You know, I have to live by her rules. You know, and at my mom's house, my mom is the boss. You see what I'm saying? And so that's how that kind of thinking also got me to understand God in the Bible. Like, oh, God being our creator and supreme being of the universe and the giver of life, he also got some rules. In this context, it's sin, you know, the way we think and behave toward each other, and, you know, our attitude in life. These things can challenge God's authority in the spiritual sense. So that's kind of deep. And so I have to look at it from that aspect.
I'm glad that you've mentioned it, that you have learned two ways of living life at the same time. When you're on the street, we live by the code. When you come home, Granny was there. She's the boss. So which means you could understand it more easier, because now then you knew that, okay, we are on this planet Earth, but who's boss? Who's on top? Which rules are we supposed to follow? If the Bible that we follow as people on the planet, and these are the rules, so which means you look on top like, okay, but who's there? Exactly. What are we supposed to follow? What is expected from me?